Oak Hollow, Tennessee. Residents of this quiet Appalachian town have been on edge for months as a string of unusual disappearances continue with no apparent pattern or motive. While police have dismissed the idea of foul play, unsettling details surrounding these cases have fueled speculation, ranging from serial abductions to something far more disturbing. The first disappearance was easy to overlook. On October 3, 2024, Marvin Ellis, 63, failed to show up for his weekly fishing trip with friends. His truck was found parked along Route 19 near the lake, keys still in the ignition. It was assumed he wandered off, but no sign of a struggle or footprints leading away from the vehicle were found. Then, on November 12th, Alyssa Cartwright, a 22-year-old college student visiting family, vanished while taking an afternoon jog near Oak Hollow's outskirts. Her smartwatch, which tracked her route, sent a final signal from an abandoned service road near the tree line. When authorities arrived, they found earbuds lying neatly on the ground. In December, 2 more cases surfaced. Paul Richter, 41, and Lena Valdez, 29, were both last seen within a mile of each other near the wooded area called Haven's Reach. Richter's dog was found tied to a tree, calm, unharmed, but strangely quiet. The latest disappearance, Travis Holt, 17, occurred just last week. Holt's phone was discovered in a ditch alongside his shoes, both placed side by side. The device had 16 missed calls, all from his mother between 11:45 p.m. and 12:30 a.m. His last message sent simply read, "It sees me." While the missing individuals vary in age, gender, and background, a few details have sparked theories beyond simple disappearances. Number 1. No witnesses, no struggle. Despite extensive searches, no signs of forced entry, blood, or torn clothing have been found. Number 2. Neatly arranged belongings. Phones, shoes, or other items are often left behind in an orderly fashion, as if carefully placed. 3. The trees. In nearly every case, the last known locations are near dense, old-growth forests. Some search volunteers have reported feeling watched or hearing clicking sounds at night. Locals have begun to share unsettling rumors about the disappearances, connecting them to an old legend, the Watcher of Haven's Reach. Folklore tells of a figure that appears only when a person is truly alone. Descriptions vary. Some say it wears a deer skull. Others claim it moves in unnatural, shuddering motions. More disturbingly, an anonymous hunter recently reported seeing a figure standing perfectly still between 2 trees, just outside of the search perimeter for Travis Holt. When he looked away for a second and back, it was gone. Oak Hollow's sheriff, Clayton Morley, has dismissed the folklore, instead attributing the cases to natural accidents, hypothermia, or foul play. There is no evidence of anything supernatural here, Morley stated in a press conference. These are tragic disappearances, but we are actively investigating all leads. Despite this, official search efforts have begun winding down. Volunteers have been warned against exploring Haven's Reach alone, though no reason was given. One eerie clue has left both police and the public unsettled. In an unverified claim, a search team discovered a small pile of teeth near an area where Alyssa Cartwright disappeared. Forensic testing remains inconclusive. As for the missing, none have been found, not alive, not dead. And some say, if you walk alone at night, you might hear something, a single, sharp click somewhere in the trees. Blackwood, Massachusetts. The disappearance of Emily Harrow, age 6, has left this small town in Massachusetts in shock. What began as a routine afternoon outside has turned into an unnerving mystery, with no leads, no witnesses, and a single chilling clue that has left investigators baffled. Emily was last seen at approximately 3:45 p.m. on February 29th, playing in her family's backyard in Willow Street, a quiet residential road that backs up against Blackwood's dense pine forest. According to her mother, Rachel Harrow, Emily had been drawing with sidewalk chalk just minutes before she had vanished. "I turned around for maybe a minute," Rachel stated in a tearful interview, "and she was just gone." Authorities arrived within the hour, scouring the neighborhood and nearby woods. There were no footprints leading away from the yard, Emily's or anyone else's. The only thing left behind was her chalk drawing on the pavement. The image, described by officers as peculiar, depicted a series of stick figures holding hands. One figure, unlike the others, was drawn with elongated arms and legs, towering over the rest. Beneath it, Emily had written in large, uneven letters, "My other friend." The blue piece of chalk, which she had likely used, was found snapped in half beside the drawing. Despite multiple searches, including canine units, no scent trail was detected beyond the yard. Neighbors, many of who had been home at the time, reported hearing nothing unusual. No cars, no voices, no sounds of a struggle. One woman, however, mentioned something odd. "I was on my porch, and I thought I saw her standing at the edge of the trees," said Margaret Ellison, a neighbor. "She wasn't moving, just standing there. When I looked again, she was gone." The case took an even stranger turn 3 days later when Rachel Harrow discovered something disturbing on Emily's whiteboard inside of her room. At 2:12 a.m., Rachel was awakened by a soft scratching noise coming from Emily's room. Assuming it was the family's cat, she went to check, only to find the room empty, as expected. However, the whiteboard on Emily's easel had changed. When she had put Emily to bed the night before, the board had displayed a simple alphabet practice sheet. But now there was a message written in wobbly, childlike handwriting. "I am okay. Don't look for me." Rachel swears the markers are still uncapped, lying on the floor. Police initially suspected an intruder, but there were no signs of forced entry, and security footage from the Harrow home showed no one entering or leaving. Locals have drawn comparisons between Emily's case and an old Blackwood legend. The story tells of the tall friend, and they have circulated for decades, mostly dismissed as campfire tales. Descriptions vary, but common elements remain. A faceless, elongated figure that appears to lonely children, offering friendship before leading them away. Despite the eerie similarities, authorities have shut down any supernatural speculation, citing a lack of physical evidence. "We are treating this as an active missing persons case," said Chief Daniel Holt. "There is no reason to believe anything beyond human involvement." One last detail continues to disturb investigators. Security footage, taken from a neighbor's backyard camera, shows Emily's yard at the exact moment she disappeared. The footage captures Emily crouching, drawing with her chalk. Then, in the span of a single frame, she is no longer there. She's just gone. Emily Harrow remains missing. Manhattan, Kansas. What started as an innocent playground game has now left 2 children missing, 1 hospitalized, and an entire town questioning what really happened during an after-school gathering at Lee Elementary last week. The game, called Mirror Man, was, until recently, a harmless local variation of hide-and-seek. But after last Tuesday, parents and authorities are now warning children against playing it, as the details surrounding its final round are deeply unsettling. On March 10th, a group of 7 children, ranging in age from 6 to 10, were playing Mirror Man in the wooded park behind the elementary. According to the survivors, the game had simple rules. One player is the Mirror Man. They must stand completely still in the center of a circle. The other players move only when the Mirror Man isn't looking. If they are caught moving, they must freeze. And the goal is to get as close as possible to the Mirror Man without being seen moving. The game had been played dozens of times before, but on this particular evening, something went wrong. According to Jared Phelps, 9, the round began normally, but within minutes, things started to feel off. "We were laughing, but then it got really quiet," Jared said. "Like, no wind, no birds, nothing. And then the shadows got weird." 2 children, Nathan Becker and Lily Rhodes, were playing that day. Neither of them came home. The remaining children insisted they did not run away. They claimed Nathan was standing just a few feet from the mirror man when he blinked, and he was gone. It wasn't like he ran, one of the kids said. It was like he just stopped being there. Lily disappeared next. One of the other players, Samantha Turner, 10, says that she turned towards the tree line after Nathan vanished and saw Lily standing at its edge, facing away from the group. "We were calling her name," Samantha said. "She didn't move. She didn't answer. She just stepped into the trees and that was it. We couldn't find her." The only child found that night was Mark Jensen, who was discovered alone, standing completely still in the center of the woods, hours after the search had begun. When officers approached, he did not respond. "Oh, he was ice cold," said Officer Daniel Reeve, one of the first responders. "His pupils were completely dilated. He just stood there breathing, but nothing else." Was taken to a general hospital, where he remains unresponsive. Medical staff say that he is not catatonic, nor does he appear to be suffering from any physical injuries, but he refuses to move. His parents say that he hasn't spoken, blinked, or even turned his head since he was found. And the most disturbing part, if they try to move his limbs or turn his head, he somehow returns to his original position the moment they look away. While law enforcement is treating this as a missing persons case, children at Lee Elementary have their own theories, ones that the parents and teachers are growing increasingly worried about. According to students, Mirror Man isn't just a game, it's real. The story claims that if a child plays the game too many times, they risk encountering the real Mirror Man, a figure who stands completely still, waiting. If you see him, you must not move. And if you do, he notices. And if he notices you, he takes you. Some claim the children who disappeared became the next Mirror Man, doomed to stand still in the woods forever, waiting for the next players. Authorities have not found Nathan or Lily. Mark Jensen has yet to move, and at Lee Elementary, no child has played Mirror Man since. But on the school's playground, by the old wooden fence, there is something unsettling. A small circle of footprints in the dirt. And inside that circle, one set of prints stands completely still. Hey guys, Alias here. So these stories are AI generated. They were ideas that I've had that I've wanted to kind of write about, but I don't really want to put the effort into. So I had AI generate the stories for me, and they were directed by me, but not written by me. To be honest, I forgot to ask for permission to narrate stuff. So here we are. I hope you guys like these stories. There will probably be more of these in the future. I find this content interesting, and it was fun to see the ideas quickly come to life. They're definitely not worth like putting my name on, but I mean, they weren't bad. Let me know what you guys thought. Appreciate you. Thank you.